What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Dirt Castle for the next episode in our Deadnaut campaign. We might not make it much further, it sort of depends, but I've been reviewing things in post-combat and just kind of making sure that we know what we're up against. Over here on the right-hand side, you want to do this a lot of the time when you're doing this stuff. So what you want to do, we have Phase Type A, unknown properties. It can move through objects, some evidence of coordination and communication. Linked to an artifact, can only be attacked by destroying the artifact. Individuals can sometimes move in predictable patterns, difficult to gain knowledge about. Move slowly, average vitality, very slow to react and almost blind. Equipment, they have clusters of tendrils as their weapons, and their protection is a spectral barrier, it looks like. Their significant features are they are medium-sized, they have ethereal manifestation, they can pass through objects, they're highly unusual, have 4 arms, and can fly through the air. Down here you'll see a collection of their stats. The more the bar is filled in, from what I understand, the more the bar is filled in, that means that they have resistance to that. So if they have very, very little in their bar, I'm not sure. I was looking for the spot in the manual, but I can't seem to find it. Somewhere in the manual, I recall it telling you whether or not a low bar was good or a full bar was good. This might be how much damage they take from different things. I'm not sure if it's one way or the other. Basically, this could mean that they take a lot of damage from neural, or it could mean that they have a lot of resistances to neural. And I looked through the manual for like 10 minutes before I filmed this episode, and I couldn't find it. So we'll just have to experiment with it, I think. I'll try and give somebody like a chemical weapon, for example, or maybe like a cyber weapon, and we'll take them out like by themselves, and we'll have them shoot and just kind of like see what happens, see if it does better than the normal ballistic weaponry. Because as of right now, ballistic weaponry, it's doing okay. I mean, they're hitting. We were able to get rid of them when we needed to get rid of them. Most importantly, in between episodes, we need to buy new suits for our characters. Most importantly, weapon suits. So I'm going to unlock the ability to 3D print the weapon suit. You can see it's added down here. You do have to finalize this order before you do anything else. If your character's died, what you'll want to do is you come to the marketplace under communications, and you go to cloning, and you can re-clone the guys that died, but it's very, very expensive to do that, so just be aware. It's going to cost you some scratch. Let's look at the primary weapons here that we can grab ourselves. And we have a light projector. We have a light heat beam. Might be a decent idea. It does heat damage. How do they do against heat? We could do a heat beam. That might be interesting. We've got a medium projector. What that is it puts like a little tanky pet out in front of you that the enemies will attack so that you can run away. Stuff like that. The projector's pretty cool. We've also got a melee field. I think the melee field might be useful to us simply based on the fact that we have a guy who's good with protection and the enemy is using melee damage to attack us. This might not be a terrible idea. This might be actually a good plan for us. So let's buy the melee field too, and we'll start running our missions with a protection soldier who's using a shield array. We have a shock axe. Okay, that seems pretty awesome, but I'm not going to put it on anybody right now. The light heat beam... There's not a lot on offer right now. What do they have for sidearms? We have a small cyber pistol. That sounds badass as hell. It does +2 cyber damage versus... How much damage does a primary, like a heat beam, do? It does 4 beam damage and 2 heat damage. Whereas a cyber pistol would do 3 ballistic and 2 cyber. That's actually not that much worse. I almost called them Xenonauts. So your Deadnaut, what they'll try and do is they'll try and use the weapon that's most effective versus your enemies. If they see the enemy, they will try. Let's say they have a pistol that's very effective versus the enemy and a rifle that's not so effective. They should use their sidearm. They should. I've seen them do it, so it might be worth it to give it a try and just test these threats right here. This bar is totally full versus cyber, and so that either means that they have amazing resistance versus cybering, or they have horrible resistance versus cybering. And I know I read it somewhere in the manual, but honestly, I couldn't find it. And it's like, well, I got to record episodes today, and so I guess we'll just have to test this out. I couldn't find it anywhere, though. I read the manual probably 2 or 3 times now, and I know I saw it somewhere, but I can't find it. Just can't find it. So after I spent 30 minutes staring at it, I figured I'd jump back in. Game could definitely use a better tutorial and a better manual. I'll give you that much right now. On passives, we have a chemical shield, a radio cloak. Basically what these cloaks do is they decrease your detectability versus certain things. So just be aware right there. I think it means they are damageable when it's full. I remember reading that. So for example, over here on the other side, if it works the same for every meter, if we look at the defense of Blippleberry, for example, it'll say that for stealth he can be seen very easily. So I'm thinking that that's what it means, is that due to attack... Whoa, what's going on right here? Okay, there we go. So, penetration, let's see here. So defensively, I think this means that he has no resistances versus... See, it looks like it works the opposite, though, because you can see him right here. That's what it means when it's full right there. But it means that he has... Let's buy us... We're going to buy ourselves a cloak or something. We'll just see how it works. On all of our warrior guys, what we want to do right now is after we complete this purchase, we'll have to play with it for a second. And once we figure it out, we'll figure it out. I'm going to take the... Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and transmit the order. So it'll say right here, it's sending that to Earth, and then we're going to download the whatever files, like the .jar files. It sends us the 3D printer files so that we can make this stuff. It's upgrading our fabricator. And so there it is. We should have the new stuff. What I want to do now is with the light weapon suit, we'll go through with our paladin's going to be our protective guy. What we want to do now is we'll go through and give them the light weapon suit. And what you'll see right here is that with the light weapon suit, you'll see that the weapon allocation has gone up to 6, and also the scanner application has gone up to 4, which is actually kind of an interesting thing. We might be able to make use of that a little bit more efficiently. So let me swap these back and forth, and we'll just kind of see what happens. So with a standard weapon suit, okay, so those are resistances. So with the light weapon suit, it looks like we are gaining resistances, I think. Let's go back and we can take a look at the schematic over here for the suits just to make sure. Yeah, and so with a light tech suit, it gives us resist +3, whereas a normal tech suit only gives +1. So if these are filled up, that's your resistance. So we need a weapon that's going to be like a Ghostbuster weapon. Makes sense now. We figured it out just by like equipping stuff and trying to learn. So we'll put a weapon suit on everybody. That actually makes us harder to see optically too, which is kind of interesting. Weirdly enough. Makes us all around better, our combatants anyways. So Bucket Barrel, Docket Duckets, and Coderella. Actually, Coderella needs a tech suit. I don't know why I did that. Coderella needs a tech suit. We'll leave the small decryptor on Coderella. Pistol. Let me get everything re-equipped real fast. Blippleberry, though, we might be able to get away with a standard scanner. It looks like it only takes 1 point. So what we could do is give him a light weapon suit so that with his primary... Let's see if maybe... Let's go back real fast. The equipment in this game is very, very important. Like, seriously, most of the meta in this game is equipment. You will live and die based on the equipment you bring. Believe me when I say that. Do we have a lighter... Let's see. Bonuses to hacking. Scramble +5. Required ports 6 tech. How many ports does he have? He has 4 ports. Okay. So, a firewaller takes 3 points. Provides access to the ship's network. It provides bonuses to hacking. Is that the same as a decryptor, though? How does that vary from a decryptor? So right here, we have a decryptor. Sorry, I need a tech suit on him. I don't know why I'm doing that. So a decryptor, what does it do? It gives us decryption +1, and it takes 2 tech ports, versus this one, which gives us firewall +2. I guess it must just allow us to hack, but it gives bonuses specifically to making firewalls. I guess it is called a firewall after all. Let's just go with a decryptor since that's to get doors open and things like that. We'll go with a pistol right there. I'm glad I didn't buy those cyber pistols now. Very, very glad. Blippleberry, why do you have a tech suit? Get a sensor suit. Hold on. So with the light weapon suit... Oh, it's scanning we're better at. Okay, so let's give a standard scanner. Do we have anything better, though, with this? I feel like we should probably have a better scanner here somewhere. It's kind of random what you get, so just be aware. You may not always get the stuff that you want. Doesn't look like we have any other scanners right here, so unfortunately, we've got a projector, and I don't really want to use projectors. What projectors do is they put up like a holographic display of a human being so that enemies will come out of stealth and attack it. I'd rather have the scanner, though, because that allows us to detect stuff, so I would just rather keep that where it is. We'll take the pistol right there. Passives, we don't have anything. Let's look into the passives right now and see what we've got. So for passives, we've got a radio cloak. It's going to take us 4 sensors. He's only got 3 left, right? So yeah, we need 4 sensors. We need more sensors for that to work. What about combat-related ones? There's no combat-related ones. For sidearms, what about combat here? We have a spectral blade and a cyber pistol. The spectral blade would probably be good versus the enemies. So for right now, what we might try is to take a spectral blade. We'll transmit the order on that. And for our primary... The threat, was he weak to heat? What's good with this guy right here? So spectral's the damage that we want. But unfortunately, the only thing we have is a spectral blaster or something like that, I think. We have a spectral grenade launcher, and unfortunately, yeah, we have a spectral launcher, but that really, really tears apart the ship. Like, seriously, it does a lot of damage, so maybe equip one guy with it, and then just kind of like see how it goes. It's good versus the enemies we're up against, so I think we might take it. Let's get that spectral knife, though, too. We'll transmit that order real fast. While that's going, we'll come back over here. I don't know how long it takes. There it is. It's popped into our inventory already. We will take the spectral knife, takes a number of slots. The spectral launcher appears to have filled up all of her slots, so we'll take the combat line right there. And with these guys, maybe he's got a standard scanner. Let's have him bring a spectral blade, just in case he gets jumped on. The enemy likes to jump on your supplementary characters, and the combat knife will help out with that. It takes 3 slots, so unfortunately he can't bring it. We'll take a pistol right there. With Buck a Barrel, Spectral Launcher is good. Doc a Ducats. We've got a light weapon suit. We're going to give her the small rifle, I guess, because it's a little bit more accurate. We'll take the Spectral Blade in case they get up close. With Paladin, we're going to swap you into a protection suit, a shield suit. And so since we have... Didn't we have a melee shield around here somewhere? Hold on, did I buy that? A light blast field, a medium melee field. How come I can't purchase that right now? It's on the list, but I can't purchase it. It takes 8 defensive ports. I don't even think we have 8 defensive ports to begin with. So a standard field applies... What does it do for me? I don't know how to like scroll downwards on this little menu right here. There it is. It gives us +1 to all resist. See, that doesn't seem that useful to me. I'm just going to take the light weapon suit, which gives us all the resistances anyways, and then we'll just go with a standard rifle for right now. And then once we get a little bit further in, we'll start equipping to be a little bit better off. So what we need to do right now, we need to go to our star map. We need to go to the next ship in the campaign. So on the Neutralize Artifacts campaign, the next ship that we're going to go to, let's go ahead and initialize the jump. You do that from right here. Are we jumping right now? Okay, so there it goes. Now it's scanning. We're going to have to take a look and figure out what our briefing is. So ship discovered. It's a military carrier with entities detected on board. Integrity is low. It will be inaccessible in certain areas. The security priority is door strength. Power is distributed primarily to atmosphere. What that means is that anything that breathes air inside the ship is going to be stronger. It means there's more oxygen to make it a beefier character. Many energy fluctuations detected. Destroy all the artifacts. Okay, there's not much to go on, but it's something. So let's be on our way. I know we had a couple of logs in here. We're en route to Sector 9U. The cargo holds are full of Avikia reactors for one of the outer colonies. The crew seem happy enough working together. My relationship with my commanding officers is somewhat better. Not sure why we're keeping those artifacts around. Stabroka had some kind of panic attack when she saw them. Stabroka was found dead in storeroom D. There were no signs of injury, but his face suggests he saw something frightening. These things are driving me nuts. Og Kozak suggested we coordinate to gather them up and blow them out of the airlock, and I almost murdered him. A few minutes later, I asked someone else the same thing. Here's a new blueprint of the ship's layout. Do we have any other logs here? Alright. Not sure why everyone's concerned about Stabroka. He's always been jumpy. These artifacts are a great find. Okay, so that's Stabroka right there. Captain Ritaka wants these things studied. We've prepared the Sentinels. We already did that one. The rumor going around the ship is that this is a command site. Someone discovered something worth keeping and keeping others out. They'll be back for it. And I know that this is like a long thing that we're doing right now, but you need to investigate in between missions. If you don't, you will regret it. Blippleberry, you still got the scanner. Does the suit give a bonus to scanning by any means? Does it do anything? It gives +2 to armor. You get resist. How much power does it have on it? 10 kilowatt boost. I'm just going to give him a weapon suit then. That's fine by me. He'll have more slots and he'll have more defense. Right now, though, we'll just have to keep an eye on him and remember that Blippleberry's our scanner guy. Let's breach. We're disembarking and it's time to go. Okay, let's have a look at the ship. Let's gather everybody up because we do have really, really good coherency or good... Our team works well together, so we do hear something going on. I'm going to send one person out to investigate all these. Hopefully we don't have too many problems. We found the body of Lieutenant Mala. We found the body of Ensign Okada. And we found the body of Ensign Tarato. Since power is primarily distributed towards oxygen, what we may want to consider doing is maybe turning this down slightly. I don't know if they breathe air. Do they breathe air? Do we even know that yet? We don't know that they breathe air just yet, so that's where we have like a little bit of a problem. We could use a spectral scanner. That would be great if we could get ourselves a spectral scanner. So I need Coderella to come over here and let's start hacking doors. And now I need Blippleberry. It doesn't look like there's anything in there. It looks like we just have a corridor. Let's decrease the power by half. Maybe make the enemy a little bit weaker. It doesn't affect us too much. What's going on right now? You don't want to mess with that door? Here, decrease the... Hey. Let me click you. Oh, it's bugged. It's not letting me do it. Hold on. I gotta click quickly. Here we go. I can do this. There we go. Power decreased slightly. Life support on this, yeah, its threats will be weaker. Okay. So, taking a look around, we do have access to the network right here. I think I would prefer if Coderella would get this door open as well. Just take a look at everything we might be up against. Coderella, go grab that body real fast. We found a personal log on Lieutenant Havagraw's body. Let's keep everybody together in stable formation. You do get a bonus. That's what that green arrow's for. When you have a stable formation, you have bonuses to it. This area is destabilized, which means if we walk through it, we're going to take damage. Okay, so we can expect an attack very shortly because somebody just drew the attention of the enemy. Let's grab all these bodies because each one is worth knowledge, just so you know. All of those are worth knowledge. We'll go ahead and drop that real fast. Let's get on top of unlocking this door. Hopefully there's no security system in here. There's nothing at all in this room, so let's stay in the corridor, because if you fight in the corridor, it won't destabilize quite as badly. On this side, we don't want to walk through there if we can help it. Oh, we're under attack. Back up, stay back. Alright, the enemy will die if you apply shootery to it enough, but for right now, I'm not going to risk going into any of the unstable areas. We're just going to leave it alone until we have no other choice. We're going to try and complete the mission based on what we have right now. Let me get my network readings open as well. Really hoping there's no security system in this room. Barging in like this, a really, really bad idea. Don't do it. Hopefully my guys won't shoot at anything in here because I don't want to destabilize this room if I can help it. These big central hubs, you kind of want to keep them intact if possible. There's nothing to investigate. We may have found ourselves another way around the sides. So if we can take this and reroute around... Oh, we can't. Unfortunately, I was hoping it would go back this way. Alright, well, let's check engine room here. Engine room B, that is. Don't unlock the door, actually. I made a mistake. There's an artifact. Let's get it first. That is our only goal right now, is to kill that artifact. So if we can do it, we're going to do it. Okay, so the artifact is down. Room is destabilizing. It's at 41%. We have 2 mysterious artifacts destroyed. Our mission is still incomplete, which means there's more around here somewhere. Why they were keeping artifacts in the engine room, that doesn't seem like the place that you would want to put a lot of this stuff. We have some kind of sensor reading, which is what you're hearing in the background with that whum 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 whum. That means something is detected. It's around us somewhere. But I just want to clear this room out. That's all that I really care about. If we can get the room cleared out, I don't even care. Alright, so this room is clear. Let's step forward to the next area. We're actually doing pretty good. It could be a lot worse. All the doors are open, which is making our lives easier too. That means that when we get up in here, we don't have to worry quite so much about hitting these impasses and then having enemies run at us from every direction trying to kill us. But as you can see, the game is played very, very quickly. Like, you could play this game basically at warp speed if you prefer to. Let's investigate right here. I get the distinct feeling we're going to have to send somebody as a sacrificial lamb to go through the remainder of the ship and find these other artifacts in the unstable areas. We are on the galley right now. I see nothing. We have a hacking terminal. Let's decrease power on this circuit. I want our threats to be weaker. Life support is now low. Let's investigate these bodies for some added knowledge. The body of Ensign Laurarotho. Buckabarrel, you get that door open right now. Go ahead and get that thing closed off. There we go. Step aside. Okay, so it's a big empty room right there. What we want to do now, I'm going to get everybody... Okay, so Daka Duckets is attracting attention. Let's get into the hallway. So that if we get into a shootout, we don't have to worry about destabilizing the room. Let's just be very, very careful for now. We're going to wait this out. Let's boost our video signal right now because it is getting a little bit fuzzy. So I feel like we may have some problems. We're just going to wait for a second. Everything's going to be alright though. I think we're doing okay. Assuming we don't destabilize rooms, we should be alright. Security systems and destabilizing rooms are like the 2 big things you got to watch out for. Let's unlock this door. Oh, security system, get away. Get back. Okay, so we have a security system. Oh, man. So who took the fire? Paladin took the shot. All right, Paladin's wounded now. What we need to do is we need to eliminate this security system right now. So what I need... We've got a hacking terminal right up here. What I need is for Codarella to go up to the top. That door is closed now, so it can't shoot at us anymore. And what we have to do is we have to neutralize this turret. In neutralizing this turret, we got to wait for the Watchers to go away. Watchers are out. We're going to go ahead and make a firewall right there so the Watchers can't get back in here. We're going to take that firewall. We're going to control that turret. And then we're going to log off this console. What we need to do right this second, though, is we need to hustle. We need to get in this room, unlock that. This thing is now going to be on our side for a little bit. We're going to download schematics. The firewall should keep this safe. What you want to watch is this shield right here. If you can watch this shield, there's a relic right here. Let's eliminate. Neutralize the relic very, very quickly. Don't fight in here if you can help it, guys. Close that door behind us, just in case that thing goes hostile again, because it will happen. Eventually the Watchers will get a hold of that turret, and they'll make it go hostile one more time. And so we need to watch out for that. That's a very, very real concern that we just have to keep just kind of in our back pocket for the moment. We haven't destroyed all the relics yet. These doors right here we have to be careful about. Let's send in Blippleberry to have a look. We can have him throw his scanner into the room just to see. It doesn't look like there's a security system in there. I think we would have got shot already if there was. The security systems have very, very long range. So that's still under our control. It will shoot threats that come through there while it's in our control, so that's a bonus. That's usually only useful, though, with the dining area. Why would you sit a relic in a dining area? Just as a question. Like, oh, look at this super awesome, probably haunted totem pole that we found on some alien world. Let's sit it inside of our dining room so that people can have more morale and look at the creepy artifact. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm paranoid as hell. If I find anything in space, it's not coming on the ship. I will shoot everybody else on this ship before I let them bring anything on this thing. Nope. Forget about science. Forget about learning. Forget about happiness. Nothing is coming on board this ship. If it's alien, it stays out in the void. Nope. Not me. Every single movie ever is like, yeah, if you bring this on the ship, we're all gonna die. So it took back the turret right there. You can see that we no longer have control over that turret, which I think it's right there in storeroom A. I don't think it'll be able to shoot us. We kind of just need to keep this close to the chest, I guess, before we end up in a mess. Let's get rid of that right there. Get point blank so that our shots don't go astray. The room is reasonably stable, though, so we still have not completed our mission. That's the third artifact down. We've just got to hope that there's like a third or a fourth in here somewhere. So let's just have a look around. I'm sorry, a fourth or a fifth. Is that the third one we destroyed? Or the second one? I think it's the third. I think we're going to be alright right now, though. We're losing our data feed. Let's download the free gear right here because it will be useful. We found a schematic, but it's corrupted, unfortunately. It looks like this corridor right here is inaccessible. We just have to hope that there's no artifacts in and out there. They said that their plan was to vent it out into space, so my assumption is that if they succeeded at that goal, they're all around us right now. Let's go ahead and we're going to draw back real quick. I would prefer not to destabilize this room. That means I'm going to step back into this one right here. And let's fight from this room since it's not vital. If we destabilize this room, it's not that big of a deal. If we destabilize the next room, it blocks us from reaching our next goal. So let's destabilize this one if we can help it. I mean, technically we can just outrun them, but I want to be careful about this door right here because we don't know if there's a security system waiting for us on the other side. A little bit of time left. Let's keep everybody focused. Back into the room. They wander and they don't notice us very well. So if we can hustle, it looks like they're blocking that door though, so let's be careful. We've got a number of enemies right here. Let me have Blippleberry. Blippleberry, throw your sensor in that room. Looks like we've got an artifact. We don't know if we have a security system yet. I'm gonna say no. Another one down, but we're still not complete, so we need to keep an eye on our mission. Okay, so doing well right now. Doing very well. We're not dead, which is always doing well in this game. Let's hack this. I'm sorry, grab these bodies. We'll investigate these in just a minute. We're not going to read the reports right now while we're in an active mission. It's too risky, especially as the game gets harder. I'm getting indicators that are telling us that someone is coming at us right now. We're losing our data feed. That's alright. I need Codorella. Go ahead and hack this real quick. The Watcher got through. Log off the console. Let me get this door open first. Unlock that. Try not to get shot at. Okay, so we have a corridor. I'm not going to leave people behind. If I was up against physical threats that actually had to get past our forward team, I would actually leave my coder behind, which is what I usually do. However, since we're up against enemies that can, you know, wall hack, essentially, we need to watch out and be careful. Step back. These corridors are very deadly because sometimes there's a gun right there and it'll just open fire on you and just get wasted. It'll destroy everybody. Instead, my goal right now, let's take Blippleberry. Oh, we have a security system, but it's shooting the threats that we're up against. So, what we need to do for right now is let's take Codorella and maybe one other person. Unlock this door for me. Let's get Codorella and let's get Buckabarrel. You two go back over here. Buckabarrel, you're responsible for him, so keep an eye on him. We'll take these three. And Codorella, I need you to hack this network. Where are the Watchers at? The Watchers are nowhere from what I can tell. Let's hack this firewall so that they can't get back into this area. We're going to control that turret real quick. Okay, so the turret is currently under our control, but we need to keep an eye on our guys. Let's go ahead and move in real fast. We're going to try and neutralize any targets in this area as fast as possible, complete the mission, then get the hell out. Now, technically, we could destroy the turret while we're in here, while it's on our side, but I think I would rather just hustle for the exit, maybe, and see if we can solve these problems. I don't know. This is... oh, man, longest corridor ever. So we basically got an away team right now. I'm going to try and keep a watch on these two just in case. But it's difficult. It's very, very difficult to run two teams like this, especially since the game is real time and you just kind of have to live with the fact that it might go wrong. Over here, we're going to go ahead and unlock this door. Step back. It looks like we've got something running to something right there. You can see the power nodes. We need to be careful. That might be a security gun right there. Looks like it's a hacking console. I think we're safe to breach. Let's go ahead and do it. Our firewall is still standing. You want to freshen up that firewall for me? I don't know if you can even do that, but I would prefer it. Frankly, I could probably make our life easier by firewalling that too. Just give us a lot of time to operate. Alright, log off the console. Let's keep an eye on the away team over here. We've got a ship's log. We've got a couple of bodies. We've got an artifact. Neutralize. That's the mission. We're out. And we have an escape hatch right here. So technically, we can bring everybody in and survive this if we can make it. Is the firewall down right now? I think the firewall's down. I can't see it, but it's still controlled by us. So let's go through this room real fast before it's no longer controlled by us. The Watchers represent a very, very real problem you have to deal with in this game. The Watchers are very problematic. I think we've probably made it out of the frying pan right now. Whether or not we're into the fire or into the loving hands of a person that wants to eat us, I'm not sure. That little metaphor went somewhere. Why are you guys walking off this way? Don't go this way. You guys stay in here. There are still areas of the ship that I would like to investigate. So technically, if we can keep this locked down, we still have control right there. We didn't check that door right there. Let's go ahead and unlock it from right now. Let's reboost up that firewall to make sure that the Watchers don't come by and mess with that gun while we're out and about. I'm also going to, if they have the firewall down right here, we're going to rebuild that one up. So the firewall is taken care of. Let's go investigate. We know where the escape hatch is, so technically we're well within the acceptable mission parameters right now to investigate further, get as much knowledge, and then escape. There should be no more enemies because we've destroyed all of the artifacts, so we should be good, right? I don't know. I just don't know. It's weird that we can't see the Watchers right now, though. That's weirding me out. I don't know what the Watchers are doing or what they're up to, but it makes me feel nervous. Somebody investigate that corpse, and then you get the door open real fast. Anything in here? You never know when that extra 1,000 knowledge is going to help you buy like a new thing that you want, so I don't know. That's why I try and do this when I have the opportunity to do so. That's going to go all the way back here to a room that we can't get into. Alright. There's no hacking panels back here. I will mention that, is that if they actually manage to break through the firewall, I don't have a means to actually disable that gun again. Okay, so that door is locked down. Let's leave. We're done. We're out. Since the door is locked to the destabilized area, we're not even going to fiddle with it anymore. It is strange that I can't see the watchers right now. Not super stoked about that. The shields are still up, though. This shield will shatter once the firewall breaks, so just keep an eye on it. Looks like buck a barrel. It doesn't matter what kind of gun we give you, Paladin. You can't shoot straight. People talking shit up in here. People talking shit. Alright, well, I don't know if I would, like, irritate the guy that's responsible for watching my back. That seems like a real bad plan. That plan seems like it could possibly backfire pretty quickly. Let's extract. We're out. Mission 2 successful. We're doing well right now. We're doing very, very well. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Deadnaut. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Hi-do, everybody. We'll take care of mission threats on the next one. Bye.